thatmovieguyUK.
The cinematic year of 2018 has been a very glorious one for me personally. It has been a year, yet again, that I have found a lot of love within smaller independent films and also, well, studio-backed indie films, which is kind of my shtick, if you don't know by now, because if you go on my channel, that's the kind of stuff you get. So, anyway, Bonne année, Happy New Year, Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, Happy Christmas. I hope you had a lovely festive season, and welcome to any of my new subscribers or old subscribers or anybody that is willing to troll me. Hi, welcome to That Movie Guy UK. Obviously, it is that time of year where everybody's doing like the top 10, top 20, top 25 lists of the year. A lot of them are very generic, and it irritates me. Yes, I am talking about a lot of like these big YouTube people where they're like, oh my god, Mission Impossible 4 was the best movie of all time, and Avengers Infinity War is going to be like the new Citizen Kane and shit. They're not. Deal with it. This is more of an alternative list, which I like discussing about because if you know from my channel, I like random stuff and I do tend to review a lot more movies that not everybody has seen just yet or can't be asked watching. But here is my list nonetheless. Number 20, La Man Double, Francois Ozon. Number 19, An Evening with Beverly Loughlin, Jim Hoskins. Number 18, Black Klansman, Spike Lee. Number 17, WVA, Non-Fiction, Olivier Azias. Number 16, Happy New Year, Colin Burstead by Ben Wheatley. Number 15, Alex Garland's Annihilation. Number 14, Under the Silver Lake by David Robert Mitchell. Number 13, Shoplifters, Hirokazu Koreeda. Number 12, Luca Guadagnino's Suspiria. 11, Lee Chang-dong's Burning. And number 10 is Josephine Decker's Madeline's Madeline. Honestly, this film is utterly visually stimulating. It is a very interesting film that tackles mental health issues, and the vibrancy and the pure confusion of what is actually going on just makes this such a spellbinding film. Obviously, I've yet to review this fully on the channel, and it will be on the channel within the next week or so because I really want to talk about this film and it really deserved a lot more attention than what it actually did. At number 9, Ray and Liz from Richard Billingham. Yes, I understand that this film hasn't had a wide release yet, but honestly, I think it was a very poignant time for this film to be released within the festival circuit, and I think that it was an amazing, amazing resurrection of British social realism. I think, honestly, that it is probably one of the most thought-provoking films made in Britain this year, and I honestly hope that Billingham continues to make cinema because just the way that he encaptured this Thatcher era is unreal, and the imagery from the actual film is still stuck in my head, and I do hope that you guys are able to check out Ray and Liz in 2019 whenever it actually gets released. And number 8, Alfonso Cuarón's Roma. Obviously everybody has been talking about this film. There has been a lot of discussion why this film has been on a Netflix platform and we haven't really had a massive cinematic run. Unfortunately, it's only played in a couple of cities in the United Kingdom, but it is on Netflix. Seek it out because it is an amazing story of a very powerful woman that changes the whole life of a family that is on breaking point, and how she is hiding her inner deepest emotions because she has to survive. I cannot think of such an impactful film, and it was the first film I saw at Venice Film Festival this year, and the sound, the photography, everything from Cuarón was just on point. This is going to be a major award contender this award season, trust me. At number 7, Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread. Yes, it came out in America in 2017, it came out in the UK in 2018. Honestly, I adore PTA films, and I didn't really think that Phantom Thread was going to be for me, but I absolutely adored it. It's an amazing film about obsession. It is a cathartic portrait of a man who is dealing with grief, and obviously, allegedly, it's Daniel Day-Lewis's last film, but at the same time, you just cannot imagine anybody else playing this character, and I feel like it's one of the most quotable Paul Thomas Anderson films I've ever seen. And you can see that on Twitter. It is unreal. Just even thinking of the word chic just raises in my head, and I'm just like, damn, that was such a good movie. And number 6 is The House that Jack Built by Lars von Trier. Honestly, I could not believe how much of a strong impact this film had on me. It is such an interesting film comparing art to murder, and just the mindset of, well, von Trier. He really just shows more of his inner mindset, and this is probably the most provoking films that he's made, and it is very disturbing, but his artistry comes out so strong in this, and it's just so poetic and satanic at the same time. At number 5, and I'm very surprised that a Chinese film has got its way into my top 5, even though I've seen An Elephant Standing Still, which is amazing, but I haven't put it in my list. Honourable mention. But P. Gant's Long Day's Journey into Night. This film was unreal. It is an amazing second film from the guy that made Haley Blues. It just takes you into this subversive 3D world within halfway through the film, and it is a one long take of 17 minutes long. It is pure artistry, and it is one of the most memorable foreign language films I have seen in a very, very long time. This guy is gonna make amazing cinema in China, and more people need to watch Bigan's films. Kaylee's Blues is on Amazon Prime right now, and honestly, when it comes out in the UK in 2019, this year, you need to go see it in 3D because it is astounding. At number 4, and I will be honest, this film was probably my number 1 film of 2017, but I kept it out because I'm like, oh my god, they need to stick to UK rules. I don't care anymore. There's too many movies that I need to put in. I honestly thought that this film was going to be still my number 1 at the end of the year, but other films have impressed me also. But Lynn Ramsey's You Were Never Really Here. I saw that movie twice in 2017, and I watched it another 3 times in 2018, and I was that annoyed about waiting for the Blu-ray release. I bought it from Spain because I just wanted to watch it over and over again. It is one of the greatest soundtracks I've ever listened to. Lynn Ramsey is a god to me anyway. As you know, More Than Carver is one of my favourite films. Along with Ratcatcher, she is a phenomenal filmmaker and one of the greatest directors we have in this country right now. It is just one of the most interesting portraits of a man I have ever watched, and Joaquin is the king in this film. You Were Never Really Here is probably one of my all-time favourite films now, no doubt. But unfortunately it's my number 4. The more I talk about it, the more it sounds like it should be my number 1, but you kind of know what my number 1 is if you follow me on any form of social media. And number 3, Gaspar Noé's Climax. I adore Climax. The rhythm of the dance, the horrifying elements to it, this soaked LSD sangria moments of pure insanity, and from the mind of Gaspar, who, along with Lars von Trier, are the kings of, well, fucking with your mind. It was unreal. One of the best soundtracks of the year as well, but wow. Who could have thought that the guy that made Love 3D actually made an amazing film after that pile of mess? Unreal. Sofia Boutella is just the queen of that film, and I adore Climax. It's out on Blu-ray January 21st, I think. Buy it. And number 2, right, not had a UK release yet, but the only film I saw twice at Venice Film Festival is Brady Corbett's Vox Lux. It is the Antichrist of A Star Is Born, which, as you know, I don't like. And it is an amazing chronicalization of the life of a singer from the late 90s to current day. And it just shows the history and how social changes happened. Natalie Portman is insanely amazing in this film, along with Rafe Cassidy, along with Jude Law, with an amazing score by Sia. Vox Lux is one of the best films I have seen this year. It is at number 2 because there is a better film, but Vox Lux is going to stay in my mind for a very, 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 very long time, and I am so excited to see the rest of Brady Corbett's career, because from Childhood of a Leader and now Vox Lux, this guy is a force to be reckoned with, and I cannot wait to see more from him. Vox Lux, when it comes out in the UK, go see it. Please go see it. Support Brady Corbett. Support his artistry, because he is one of the best young American filmmakers that makes amazing European cinema at the same time. That guy is a freaking genius. And at number one, obviously, it's First Reformed by Paul Schrader. I have been captivated by this film ever since I saw it on a screener. And I was like, freaking hell, I need to go see this in the cinema. I went straight to the cinema to see it. I think I've seen it altogether 5 or 6 times this year now. I know it was a 2017 release, but it didn't officially come out till 2018 in any territory in the cinema. Wow. Paul Schrader's film tackles religion, persona, it tackles environmental issues, it tackles politics, it tackles everything. And for somebody that studies academia within film, it's probably going to be one of the most studied films in cinematic history, I think. But along with that, it just resonated with me so much because it just shows what a man can become. And even with faith behind you, you can still go to this dark side where you feel like the world is fucked. And this is what Schrader shows so well in this film. Ethan Hawke, like I've said numerous times, should win Best Actor for this film by a landslide, unless Christian Bale beats him, which could happen, or Willem Dafoe for Eternity Gate, but we'll see. But Ethan Hawke really has a strong chance here, and it is his best film. Is this Paul Schrader's best film? Hard to say because Mishima is an amazing film, but First Reformed has to be my film of the year and probably my favourite film of this decade. And I love Carol a lot, but First Reformed is my number one, and I just cannot get it out of my mind. So for some reason the memory card decided to die. Yeah, so there you go. Top 20 of 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am very much looking forward to 2019. I'm going to Hong Kong in 2 weeks' time, which I'm very excited to go. I don't know what I'm doing just yet. Like, am I going to bring my camera? We'll see. I'm excited to go, regardless. And obviously, plans for Cannes, Venice, various other projects, teaching, and, well, PhD and everything movie-related wise. Again, thank you very much for your support. All my stuff is down here somewhere. And obviously, as we see on this channel, diolch, danke, obrigado, merci, beaucoup, arigato, dankeschön, bitteschön, all the shits. Obviously, never change. And obviously, 2, have a great 2019. Because, well, I'm going to try to. By doing yoga.